Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. This is Gifted Drams. This was sent to us by Santa Fe Spirits, and boy, do we have some clarification going on here. But I really wanted to do this. They sent us this, obviously, to talk about. I got a very lovely note, handwritten, no less, which is actually... in the era where people send you bottles and are used to people sending bottles or brands want you to talk about, getting a handwritten note, that's no joke. A little taste of the Southwest straight from Santa Fe. Excited for you to experience our new look. And the spirit that inspired it. Cheers, Hannah. Don't know Hannah, haven't met Hannah, but Hannah, thank you for the note. I don't know that Hannah knows this. Maybe she does. Maybe that's why she sent a bottle. This is Colcagen, rebranded, he sold, rebranded as Santa Fe Spirits, because Colcagen was a play on Colin Keegan, the name of the founder. Now, I am internet friends with Colin, as in we've emailed back and had conversations. I have been a huge fan of Colcagen originally. Patrick Cohn, one of our great friends, is largely responsible for all of the rarest whiskeys that I have from Colcagen. The winter distillers releases, special editions that Colcagen did, maybe one of the best smoked American malts I've ever had. Colcagen was one of the founding members of the American Single Malt Commission that helped us create an entirely new category called American Single Malt. And I cannot be more of a fan of the brand. In 2024, he sold to Stockwell Reserve, which is a cooperative of craft distilleries. I don't know what that means. I really don't. I got no idea what that means. And all of the news articles, and I haven't emailed Colin to ask him. I should have. That's my bad. All of the news articles I've read about it are quoting Colin. So he's obviously okay. I hope. But this is the new branding because they were trying to rebrand it as a Santa Fe brand instead of Colin's brand. And I get that because that is exactly what I had to do here at Wizard Academy. When I showed up and Roy Williams, the founder of this entire campus, everyone viewed it as his school. And I knew that one of my first jobs was going to be to try to figure out how to get people to stop thinking of it as Roy Williams' place and start thinking of it as our place that Roy Williams founded. And it seems like Santa Fe Spirits is on the same path. How do we rebrand this really amazing American single malt into not Colin's, but a brand that Colin founded? And that is a hard transition, and that is why I am unapologetically glad to be a part of helping push the new brand into the world, because I do not want to see this whiskey die. This is one of the great American single malts, in my personal opinion. He was one of the first to use non-peat in the whiskey, Mesquite specifically. Here in Texas, we had Andalusia doing it, and there's a handful of others. Balcones was using hardwood on their brimstone even 20 years ago, or 15 years ago. So, but he was one of the first. He was one of the first people to just be like, look, if we want smoky Scottish malt, but we're not in Scotland, what's our local materials? He was one of the first. And I hope that this rebrand just goes like gangbusters. I will tell you that it definitely looks like a color palette and a style that I would find in a gift shop in Santa Fe. So, I mean, I guess they got the vibe right. It's very pretty. But yeah, it's definitely, it's like you went on to ChatGPT and said, give me a Santa Fe color palette. It's like, bam, there you go. But it looks very pretty. And I, for one, am grateful to be a part of pushing this, keeping them alive, keeping them growing. So this is not an unbiased review. Keep that in mind. Oh, on the nose. There's this weird thing that Santa Fe Spirits, man, I've got to get used to using the nowhere. There's a new thing that Santa Fe Spirits has always done for me, which is all of their malt has this slightly apple note to the underlying base structure of the barley. So even though I pick it up and I smell smoke, yes, I smell mesquite because of course it's mesquite smoked and it's not subtle in that way. But behind all of that rough desert mountain mesquite, there's this, some barleys go in for the grain note and the musty, and some barleys go in for like citrus zesty, and some go in for vanillins, and some dominate the grain with finishing casks or sherry barrels. Santa Fe Spirits has always been for me, there's this kind of deep, rich red apple underlying note that if I'm not paying attention, my brain says apple juice, but it's when I start paying attention, it stops being apple juice and just is a hint. But in my peripheral vision, it's like an apple tree. And then you get that sweet vanilla, roundness, mesquite smoke. They are releasing these at, where's the percentage? Son of a... 46%. Shh, I see you laughing. Cut it out. It's just because in order to watch me read that on this video, you had to put on your own glasses. It is unique. I love it. There is a thing that only it's okay. So Del Bach does mesquite smoked in Arizona. Ty and Andalusia does it here in Texas. There's a handful of other people doing hardwood smoked mesquite. Oh, Ranger Creek, their rimfire is mesquite smoked. None of them are alike, and that is what I find so cool. Andalusia does not taste like Ranger Creek. Ranger Creek does not taste like Del Bach. Del Bach does not taste like Santa Fe. And Santa Fe Spirits has always had this really beautiful, in the palate, super rounded vanillin apple, almost like a caramel candy apple. And then all that mesquite is just like rolling through. Like you took a caramel candy apple and then you smoked it. And I love that about Santa Fe Spirits. So I, for one, am a fan. I'm going to add a little bit of water, even though it's at 46%, which is a really classic Scottish lower proof number, which is kind of fun. It's very approachable. I miss and I don't miss it because I'm sure they're still making it. I want to see their new versions of their core lineups, but like my favorite Colcagen that I've ever had in my life, Colin sent us, and it, if I remember correctly, was like the special edition, was it maybe a 10-year? It was like a dark blue. It was just one of the great malts I've ever had from America. And it's still, I think, hidden in my office. I think I reviewed it at one point even. This is a really beautiful, classic core lineup mesquite smoked malt. And if it was me, this is what I would be going for the mass market. And I think they hit right over home plate with something that's, it doesn't pretend at being everything that it says it is, but it also doesn't make it a struggle or make it like, well, you really just gotta love this or it's gonna not be your thing. With a little water, it turns into juicy fruit smoke. And the palate gets into sweetness and the smoke softens in the palate. Great core lineup. I wish them all of the best. And cheers to you. I'm really glad you're here. Cheers. Look, we've rebranded, if I'm being honest, like 4 or 5 times. 4 times. I mean, I'm about to consider a whole new one, and who knows. But if you like the rebrand and the new core lineup, like and subscribe.